they want it to be, I hope, because everywhere you're sitting represents one of the, say, 12 sacred flames, right? So, obviously we got the resurrection over here, or Saint Lord St Andrew and Lady Nada, and the resurrection flame. And we know Saint Germain and Lady Portia, Saint Germain's twin flame, Lady Portia. Lady Portia now, in my mind, has taken over as the main person for the world. That's in my opinion. It doesn't matter. Saint Germain's still there, but he's moved on, like in my belief, to be the Mahachana now. He's taken over from Paul the Venetian. So, but that's just me. But what I've understood about the light realm of the changes. Lots of changes have happened in the hierarchy and and things on the planet. Even the chakras change on the planet sometimes. A few of them go onto something else and change. So, what we're recognizing here today is that everything is the balance of the feminine masculine principle, and that starts within us. This is so important to understand. To understand where personally we are out of alignment in our masculine and feminine energies. And that's what we're all working on, and embodying those magnificent attributes, because we're releasing the past, the karma, all that's happened, to be that embodiment. And so I, for a lot of my life, I was in my masculine. And then when I got into all of this, I've been a bit too much in my feminine. Why have I been too much in my feminine? Personally, because I've been giving my power away. I've spent many, many years giving my power away. I went from too much masculine and I went into the feminine. I love being cozy and lovely down there in the divine feminine, right? But my creativity has suffered because of it. Because it's the masculine, it's the creativity, and it's the nurturing that is the feminine. And so we're all peeling away the layers to be this beautiful balance of the masculine feminine principle. But that's what this temple represents. So when we come in here, it feels like the energy that is surrounding us and hugging us, it feels like that it's in perfect balance, because that's what it represents.
Harmony.
Beg your pardon?
Harmony.
Harmony. It's the key, isn't it? It's an absolute key to the whole process. Lord Zohar in the back of the third Telos 3, Lord Zohar is in there talking about harmony.
Harmonia.
Yeah, so thank you so much for saying that word, because that's the key. That's the key to be the balance.
That's the goal, and that's the key.
Yes, exactly. And so that's what I've even got one of the Telos cards of the flame of harmony. It sits up in my dash all the time. And if I'm going around places and I go out of harmony, the card falls down. So I love it, that's a gift given to me. So it's all, but what we're doing is, though, we're trying to peel away the layers. That's why I want, we presented you with that releasing prayer card before you write from word go. Because you can only embody this flame of harmony, flame of love, all these sacred flames, because you need to be love and action in all you do. You know that, but what do you do to embody more of it? That's why I created a releasing prayer card, to help everyone. It doesn't matter what circumstances you find yourself in, fear, worry or concern, release it. See, give you some idea. Dharma says in one of the Telos books, the fifth dimensional consciousness is gained when nothing worries you. When not one thing bothers you anymore. You can go anywhere, you can go back to your country in Israel, and what's going on around you is not going to bother you. Yeah. That's the goal, that's the aim of what we're going to embody.
Sure.
Right, so now everything that is worrying, concern, fear, expectations of how we think things should be, judgment of anything, that's why I'm saying I'm doing quite a lot of inner work, because that's what I'm working on. All of those things I just said. If I made judgment of any one of you individually, that's a handover for me. So thank you for all being my beautiful mirrors. But today, your cosmic love flame mirrors. But but this morning I had to release some energies around my judgments that came up for me. And so, I'm a work in progress all the time, constantly. I'm being aware because thoughts are creating. They never stop creating thoughts. They create the pain in our body. They create the diseases, And so most of the time, I don't have any pain in my body whatsoever. But I have had, I had a bad accident when I was 52 years of age, and I was in the gutter with depression. I fell down a pit and drove steel into my back. That's the physical thing. But then I was on the drugs and all of that, went down that slippery slope down to the lowest depths that you can go to into depression from pain and suffering. And my wife said to me, come on, Andos, go to a psychic, get some help. I did, and I had a miracle happen at me. Master Larian came in, and I didn't believe in God. I'm 52 and did not believe in God. And so now I'm 55 actually and not believing in God. When this miracle happened, I had the accident at 52. I had my divine intervention at 55 years of age. And so now what happened, a miracle happened, I was out of depression. That's what Master Larry did, took that out. But not believing in God or anything, I went on the journey to find out who was that person who did that. And so when I worked it out, it was Master Larian who did that for me. And so that took me on that journey. So I'm on a journey no different from any